Oh boy, check my
Yeah,
boy.
let's
What's
do it.
happening? Let's do it.
How you
Yeah.
guys? I'm pretty good. Thank you for inviting me to your special podcast. I feel very grateful and
Yeah.
on. Bro.
We're so excited to have you here, bro.
Absolutely.
Glad you made the time. Busy work schedule at the library. We got past to do. We did it.
We did it.
Um,
Absolutely.
Bro, it's been so long, probably since we've seen each other.
Yeah, me and Amir.
Yeah.
Yeah, been like 4 months. But I was
Wow.
going to the videos, the Instagram on the YouTube, and it felt like I had seen him, earlier. Because I was just watching the other videos from the other guests like
Yeah.
minutes ago. But yeah, Amir, how are you doing? How's life after Bates?
It's beautiful. I can't complain. Beautiful. Beautiful. All is well. All is well. But I'm extremely excited to see you though. Extremely excited. Extremely.
Yeah.
I miss our conversations that we used to have, you know?
Bro, me too. But I'm very grateful you guys started this. This is incredible.
But yes. Bro,
I
originally I told him about speaking with love, and he said, "Oh, at WRBC, right?" Like he thought it was still the radio show.
really.
He
She,
remembered, bro.
man.
Um,
Um, I feel like we should have. Nah, it worked out how it worked out, but it would have been cool if we like did it like maybe my junior year, your sophomore year, if we started
uh,
it up. But it's cool.
yeah. But
Check
we
We
have
my
start.
boy.
and slides 8 a.m. Spot. Bro, I'm actually doing a radio show tonight.
Really,
Well,
that's
like
lit.
we're just gonna go there, listen to music. We're not really gonna talk much, but me, Gundy, and Jay just hang out. Zane.
That's tough.
Yeah, Summer, you're welcome to pop by too, bro, if you want.
Appreciate it, bro.
10 to 11. We got our slot. Dude, the music just hits like so nicely in there. It's incredible.
I haven't been there in a while, so I might swing by. I have to wake up early, but I'll swing by for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, bro. What time you get up at?
Today I woke up late, but usually I try to wake up 7.
Okay,
I don't.
nice. It's pretty good.
Hey,
Uh,
Summer,
Mm-hmm.
what you been up to though? How's your summer been?
My summer was pretty good, bro. I was in Charlotte for 2 months. I worked with this NGO called Habitat for Humanity.
yes,
Um,
bro.
and I was like the finance literacy intern. So honestly, it was one of the best summers, like professionally I've had so far. Yeah, it was honestly, yeah, it was a very important, wise summer, I'd say. It just changed
That's
my perspective a lot. Yeah.
that's beautiful, man. I'll be happy to get. Can we get into a little bit of how it changed your perspective a bit? Like
Oh
some
yeah.
of the things.
Um, like like Charlotte, right? I was so basically to give you more context, I was living in this place called Queen's University in Charlotte where a lot of interns from all over Charlotte were living in the same place. So I'm a junior now. Back then in the summer I was a rising junior and everyone else was rising seniors and everyone was working for corporate finance and like all these companies, finance companies in Charlotte. So these are people all across the United States, somewhere from California, somewhere from Maryland, and all of that. So my main perspective was, I hope you can't hear that noise. Can you hear the noise? No, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, cool. So my main perspective was just urgency, bro, honestly. Like at my internship, I liked the internship a lot. It was really great, but do I want to do that for the rest of my life? Probably not. And I was around people who were so like-minded, who wanted to do something with their lives, and they had an urgency in them that college is one of the times when you wanna make the most out of your potential. And these people have everything sorted out though, like for the corp finance people. But honestly, I move through life without exact plans, so I'm not like rigid
Oh,
on like things. I like have to do, or like this is my plan for the next 10 years. Some of them had the
Mhm.
exact plan and framework, which I appreciate for them, but for me, I don't think that works on my sense. But I learned everything I needed to learn from them while not taking exactly everything that works for them, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Bro, I think
Oh,
it's so important to have like I think it's great having like 5, 10 year plans and all and like have like rough plans. But
hmm.
like I think it's so healthy. You definitely should never get like attached to like a 10 year plan because you can't plan any like you can't like no one knows what the future holds. We don't know what's gonna
Yeah.
happen, what'll pop up at one time. So like I think it's important to just if you do, if you are a planner, that's great, but just like don't get attached to those plans. So I think that's good that you approach life that way. Because I mean, biasly, I kind of do too. So, but bro,
Absolutely.
sounds like a great experience, bro.
Thank you.
Sure. That's beautiful, man. And you're a junior now, right?
Yeah, I'm a junior this year. Yeah.
I thought you was graduated, man. I thought you was graduated somehow. I was like, dang. Wow.
Bro,
Everyone thought that, but
dude, yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Because right away, bro, he acts like Samarth's been at Bates for a long time.
Absolutely.
So
Uh,
how was your guys' summer? I want to hear about your guys' summer and how your perspective changed and what phase of your life you guys are in right now. Because Hayden is a senior now. You're out of college.
Yeah, bro.
Definitely changed, you know. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Here, you go first, bro.
Well, you don't want to take it far, boy? You don't want to go
Take it
first?
if you want, bro.
All
Do you
right.
want to take it?
I'll go first. I appreciate that. But this summer, what did I do this summer? No, but this summer I worked at a summer day camp, and I'll get into a little bit like before like this summer, but I kind of had my plan like freshman year. I knew I wanted to be in like financial services. I wanted to go where the money was, and I was
Yeah.
passionate about it, and that was like what I was focused on. I wanted to do that, and the last 3 years, like I got good internships in some of those companies in insurance because Bermuda, big insurance market. And then
Uh-huh.
my junior year, going into my senior year, I had my last internship that I was like, cool, if I do well, I can see myself at this company and this is what I would do. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't have a good experience. I couldn't see myself doing this forever. So I hit like an epiphany and I was like kind of heartbroken because like kind of what Big H was saying, I was attached, I was attached to it. I was like how come
Mm,
this didn't work out? Like this is what I planned and I realized that like you take different like some people take very different paths for some more reason and you have to be humble about it and you have to accept it sometimes, and I think sometimes it's very difficult to accept when life doesn't go as you plan. And that's just something that, like, I'm glad you kind of learned that your junior year, but I've learned that my senior year, and it was kind of like scary in a way. But this summer, I ended up before I went into college, I was working at a summer day camp. I actually went back to that same summer camp organization, and I loved it.
uh-huh.
Like
Yeah.
it's the greatest thing I've done. I love being around children. I love having a good time and
Wow.
just being positive and stuff like that. So I'm planning to be a teacher. I want to be a teacher, and I'm excited about it. I'm very excited
Wow.
about it. Absolutely.
Bro, the thing is, like you say, you wish you made that, realization earlier. But the thing, a lot of people never make that realization, I feel like.
That's
And
true.
mean, a lot of things in life, the unexamined life is not worth living, bro. If we, the way that you kind of like, you recognize that you were like attached to this plan, but like it's just not, it wasn't going to bring you fulfillment, you realized, which is amazing. You
Absolutely.
like were able to. Because I mean, I'm going through that now. I'm trying to like figure out what exactly I want to do next year and, if I should rush into anything or not, or, how much like Summer is saying to plan.
Yeah.
And Bro, the biggest thing is I think you genuinely like remember when we had Matt Reisman on and he was saying how like experience with your heart rather than your head, like than your mind. And like you're
Absolutely.
with your heart now, I feel like. So kudos to you, bro.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
So yeah, bro. Yeah, Summer, whatever's next, bro.
Mhm.
You're too amazing of a guy for things not to work out. So,
Oh, I appreciate guys.
bro,
Now I'm pretty sure everyone in this room right now are gonna do something with their lives. And when the first time I just talked to Amir, I low-key regret, high-key regret at base. I wish I gotten to know him earlier. Because just one conversation with him, I sat with him, I just knew that that energy around him, Um so yeah, Amir, I'm so glad that you found the epiphany and what you want to do and stuff. And it of course
change,
changes
might
every time.
change. Totally.
But someone told me in my internship, like the last day when I was leaving, I was just asking this director who was the boss of everyone, and I was just asking, how do you figure out the purpose in your life? And she told me something really nice that I don't think I'll forget. She was like, I didn't wake up when I was like 12 or 13 and dream about being like the director of the family services, staying at Habitat and helping people build houses. That was never my dream. That was not the big dream you dream when you're young. But then she told me that you will never find a big purpose in your life if you're trying to find it. Like, okay, this is the biggest purpose I'm here for. And she told me that your purpose keeps changing every season of your life and every phase of your life.
Totally,
And
bro.
I completely related so much to that. And yeah.
Oh, totally. I mean, I think you're to like, think on the more detailed level too. It's like your purpose changes every moment, every situation. The role you're supposed to play in the world to make the world a better place. So that's great advice, bro.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was like your boss?
Yeah, she was not exactly my supervisor, but she was the boss of my boss.
Yeah.
And she just randomly came to talk with me. And then turns out she's also interested in like filmmaking and all of that. And she told
That's
me she
cool.
wanted to like go into like being an actress and stuff and a model and all of that. And yeah, we just talked for like 30 minutes and she was like, I wish I talked to you earlier. But I'm still in touch with her and I had a great conversation with her when I was leaving the last day. But yeah. Hayden, how was your summer? What was the enlightenment you got from the summer?
And then when I got, bro, it's funny how, the song like Let Her Go, like you don't know you love her till
Yeah.
you let her go type of thing.
Uh-huh.
I think I realized also that like sometimes like because I remember like going into summer, I was like, I want to have this nice summer with family and working on the farm, my hands and playing golf, but then also have this like very like get to have a lot of time to myself and think and like, have like, some sort of epiphany. And like I mean I got to do all those amazing things. And as far as like the philosophical part goes and like kind of like, changing perspective, like you're saying, I didn't really know it until once the summer had ended. Then I realized all these new like found perspectives that I had and like I really found myself with like leaning on philosophy more and um
Mhm.
now I'm studying Buddhist philosophy and I've gotten really into like meditation and like I don't know, I think I had a number of like perspective changes on just how to go through like everyday life. Like just through like situations like that, like how to approach stressful situations or like making decisions. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, no, it was really nice, bro. And I just got to learn a ton on the farm, spend time with family, which
Wow.
again, I realized is like the center of everything. Like that's,
Uh-huh.
I think I really, one thing I realized is I definitely want to like be close to home and family for long term. I think that's what really
Absolutely.
matters to me.
Absolutely.
So it was the best summer ever, 100%.
Really, wow.
And we got to do this, bro.
Yeah, you started it. Yeah, when I heard it, I was like, wow. It takes us so much bravery and courage to start something, just anything. Like that's I feel is the hardest part out of anything. But yeah, you guys did it.
Appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
That's love, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, we really appreciate you. You do it. Like this is. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is so important to me and to Big H and I, man. This is extremely important, man. And it's like,
Also, bro, I was thinking about like as I had this big debate with John and Samarth was there about free will and determinism, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We're trying to convince him like our way because he was new to the debate. And I was thinking about, I was connecting, this just like made me think earlier, I was thinking about like, future plans are all this point where like on a transition and like, how much you should like be working and how much you should be playing and stuff. And I think that the way to go about it is have be a determinist and the way know that like you don't have control over the future. Things are going to happen that are going to be unplanned and you can't control that, but act as if you have free will. So I try to act as if I can change things and like have high expectations, but as soon as whatever happens, I let go of the expectations and I just am at peace with whatever happens. Or I try to. So, but
Hmm.
we'll also get more. I think I planned, yeah, if we have the time, we'll get into free will and determinism. Because I know Sam would love that debate with John. Bro, John's another person we got to get on this podcast, bro.
Absolutely. Shout out to John
Shout out
as
to-
well.
I don't
Knows
know if he
how to
knows how to
work.
like work Zoom, bro.
Nah, I hope he knows how to work Zoom.
No, he does. No, he does.
Gee,
Hey, well, let's get right into it, bro.
Uh-huh.
Um, so the quote of the day, very fitting for the three of us we have right here. So much love in this room, as Summer says, this Zoom room.
absolutely.
His and I don't know if I'm reusing this, bro, which is incredible that we've done this many episodes that I don't know if I'm reusing it, but it's because I wanted to talk about it in detail because I was thinking about it a lot. The quote of the day is "Love always wins," which is from Amir Thomas, but I don't know where you got it from. But Amir first gave me this quote uh,
Oh,
2 years ago.
Absolutely.
Where did you first hear "Love always wins"?
Not to like sound like cool and stuff, but like just one day, I'm gonna be honest with you, like just one day it
You
just
came up
came.
with it?
Like it
oh,
just
wow. No
like
way.
Wow.
like I was
Crazy.
just I was just thinking to myself, like, it's like a lot of people say like my friend will always say, oh, like money is everything. Like if you don't have money, you can't do this, like you can't do that. And we would have that debate. And I was just trying to figure out like what is something that's like universal that means so much, that is so valuable, you know, to just society as a whole. And I was just thinking,
Love.
man, like, oh,
Bro, I might be writing my senior thesis on this. That's why I'm
that's
thinking
beautiful.
about it so much. I
I
might.
love that. I would love to read that after you
Guess
complete
who
it.
I'm writing it with? Susan Stark.
Hey,
Yeah, the goat. She's got to get one episode or one mention every episode.
absolutely. I mean, I'm hoping that we can not we talk about it later, not to get
Having
too
Susan
into it.
Stark on this one. Yeah.
You
Um,
got it. You got into it, mate. You got
so
into it.
so that's the quote of the day. Love always wins. For the philosophy segment, I want to know, Amir, what you mean. So continue with what you're saying. And for
Uh-huh.
Samarth, like, how does this resonate with you as someone who's like one of the most like kind, filled with love, kind-hearted people I know? So I want to know. I want to hear from both of you.
Yeah. You want me to go first? You want me to go?
Yeah.
Perfect. So I think I'm my thought process and how I speak, I feel like is very basic. Like, I don't really think. Well, it seems like to me like I don't really think too like into things, but I just realized that like just looking back at my childhood and just looking at people that was around me, like love is like I'm built off of love, you know? Like, everyone's played like the thing that I like about Bermuda, not to go off on a tangent so much, is that like I go to the grocery store I see a random person that somehow has like a connection to me, and it's like seeing me grow up, and now they get to see me as like a man, and like I'm
Yeah.
like it's mind blowing to me, and like to me like that's love, you know.
Wow.
And it's like
Yeah.
just being polite to that person, like how can I help you? Like, are you okay? Like smile, like that's love. Like I just went to the grocery store before this, and I saw a guy that who works at the grocery store, and it's like we were in summer camp together when I was younger, playing football.
Yeah.
And like this was a guy that is like he was the older guy, he was the older guy to me. So I looked up to him, and it's like just for us to have that conversation just now and just hugging, like, how are you, bro? Like, nice to see you. Is like that means so much to me. Like that's love, if that
Mm-hmm.
makes any sense. And I think we're all searching for love. And sometimes like people do, unfortunately, sometimes it's like people would love so much that they're willing to do whatever for it. And it's
That's my thesis, bro. It's the
like
center of
and it's powerful because it's like in my neighborhood, like we're getting deep into it, but it's like in Bermuda, like obviously like crime and drugs are a big thing like everywhere else in the world, but it's like a lot of these people that commit these things they actually like they've never felt that love before, if that makes any sense. And not to sympathize that doing bad things or legal things to find that love, but it's like it's a reality. Like we're all looking for love from different avenues and different perspectives. And like a lot of times, and I think it's a privilege to look at love from like this conversation right now. Like I love having this conversation. I love this. A lot of times when you haven't felt that love, your view on love is like so drastic, if that makes any sense. Like it's like you need something over the top to make you feel that love instead of like you just going outside and being, hey, like it's
Oh, totally.
beautiful out.
Well,
You
people,
get
yeah, exactly.
you get what I'm saying?
Like people feel like they need a ton of money to get to it, so
Exactly.
to earn
Whereas like
love.
absolutely spot on, Big H. Where it's like you just having a conversation with a friend that you haven't seen in a long time. It's like it's so fulfilling. Like it's love, man, you know. So I think this conversation is very important, and I this is beautiful. Absolutely. But I want to get to summer, but I don't want to take too much of the time. But you're spot on, Big H. Spot on.
Yeah. Should I go?
Yeah.
So wow, Amir. Seems you guys are so pure when you talk about love. It's one of the purest things. Hayden said I'm one of the I really appreciate your compliment. I don't know if I have the most love, but love has always been like like a hard something like a hard thing maybe. I've always believed like since I've grown like the way I've grown up back in Nepal. There's a saying about connection, about this invisible thing around people that sometimes you just get to know someone like just like 20 seconds or a minute or something like that, and you just feel the connection once you just meet them or something. And that's not pretty much talked a lot in America, but maybe stems from my religion a bit, that is more about spirituality and the soul and before life, afterlife, and stuff like that. So in that case, like we have so much love to give to people back home. But at the same time, like when you grow up in a place like Nepal, where I was just talking about this to someone else a few days ago, where in America the problems of people are way different than in like for people in developing countries. And we're just talking about how like if someone in Nepal, like there's this culture in Nepal to even like if people are looking for love, there's this culture to first settle down in your life and then maybe find love. That's the first like kind of way people think about love. So like most of the people back home don't even like, so I'm talking in romantic sense for love. So love is so much family, friends, a relationship and friendship and all of this is all love. But what kind of love? So I'm deeper into the romantic aspect and how that's different here and back home. And how I grew up with that is so back in Nepal, let's say, most people have problems with food, clothing, and shelter. So a lot of problem, as Amir said in the past, money is a very important aspect in the Nepali culture. And then, so people prioritize money first, then love. And a lot of marriages that happen back home are are also kind of like business contracts to an extent,
Uh,
where a lot of people can't really find love because they don't have the privilege to get love is because they're missing these three things in the first place. So if someone like also if we're talking about a society where it's not exactly equal, it's guys or men who have more power and women who still are struggling. So in this society, of course, men have more money, generally. So that's like the love back home, where so many of the love is just a compromise, and and it's kind of sad to recognize that a lot of love in the past has been a compromise, like women who don't have like not saying exactly food, clothing, shelter, but like women who don't have a lot of money, and if there's a guy with some amount of money and their family asks them to marry, even if the girl doesn't love the guy and they love someone else, their family is going to pressure them into marrying the person with the money. But now it's changing. Now families and people are changing, and my generation is changing drastically. But my point is to say that in American culture, you can have the privilege to find love when you're young, maybe, because you don't have to think about, oh, your family has to pay for your like education, or like your life is kind of certain a bit, because there is like government type, like there's a lot of benefits. I mean, a lot of people complaining about America, but American citizens have, I would say, like a lot of more benefits than anywhere around the world, maybe not anywhere around the world, but definitely compared to like developing countries. So like love back home is not, it's not a privilege. It's only something you can truly find once you have a stability in your life, maybe. That's why back home there's so much emphasis on career. Like everyone from the moment you're like young, everyone is just like, don't think about love, don't think about any of these things, just focus on your career. Once you have your career settled down, and everyone talks about security and stability back home. But I've noticed in America, people when they're so young have experienced love, and they have the privilege to think about love and be in relationships and all of that. But if you go from my childhood upbringing, love was is something that comes late in your life. But yeah, it's
It's
so
what
perspective.
about like in terms of romantic love it comes later. What about like and you're saying like romantic love between a husband and wife can often be like, like almost like has to be like professional and it's like I'm guessing arranged marriages sometimes.
Yeah, yeah, it is mostly
Like
a
what
yes.
about like do people like still search for like love within like their kids? Like do you think like parents truly love their kids or is it just for like, oh, I'm supposed to have a kid now and like that's what I do so they can take my money? Like is there any
Mm,
all just about money or is there a connection with kids at least?
I
Like
think the love with kids are is very deeper in my when I say my culture, I would say like mainly Nepal, not to talk for any other countries.
yeah.
But so because like once like there is this thing that is planned out when I was back home, and that is something that I did not like about my education system, that your life has to be planned out. So most of the people, there are so many engineers back home in Nepal, because no one knows what they want to do with their life. So the main thing people always projecting, older people keep projecting on younger people is like engineer, doctor, and lawyer, three things. So like just so people who do engineering, there's like 4 years engineering, then I'll do 2 years of job, and then I'll do 2 years of MBA, and then I'll go into a company, and then I'll climb the ladder, and then I'll have this money and I'll have this. So it's basically like very fixed. So people don't really have a purpose always. Like once people get married, kids, a lot of people are their purpose. Like them investing their time, energy, and effort on their kids is their life's purpose. Their kids become their purpose. So like their whole life is dependent on their kids a lot for a lot of mothers back home. So it's very deeper. So that's why they're very protective of their kids. They wouldn't, like in America, I've noticed like people let their kids go into these camps and do like cool things like skiing and all of that things. But if you do that back home, it's like dangerous. Don't do it, you'll get hurt. So it's like overprotectiveness because basically they are your life, or maybe to an extent, and you don't want them to get hurt in any way. But that kind of sometimes like stops them from leaving the comfort zone and then becoming truly who they want to be, if that makes sense.
So you think people experience, do people like often like actually experience purpose and fulfillment through work, or it's just like their kids, or is it all just a routine, you know?
I feel when I go back home, for a lot of people, I just don't think they're the the things they value. I wish, like someone says, like actors sometimes say, I wish someone has already become this so they can see that what matters in life are none of these things. And that's the same thing in back home. Is so many people don't have enough like money or like enough of these things that the world keeps telling them that you need to have. So then everyone is just chasing after money, and every parent is just telling their kids, you gotta be an engineer, doctor, a lawyer, because then you'll have stability and all of that. So most of the people are not choosing their passion, are rather just being programmed. It's like basically being domesticated, like domesticated by teachers, by family, by friends, and you're just like in this cycle to be what everyone else wants you to be. And I've seen my friends who are incredible artists who were really good at drawing, who were incredible public speakers and all of that, just having lost all of them at this point of their lives. And then they're just pursuing a degree that their parents told them to do it. They have no interest in it. And their whole life is planned by their parents. And not exactly always parents, but like their family has a really bigger say in what has to be done with their life. And they're not independent for to a greater in time, I would say. So in that sense, I don't know if you can really find love, or how much to love is also to attract, isn't it? Like if you are full of love, that's when you attract like a lot of love. But if you're relying on everyone else, even when you're older, I don't know how easily you can attract love. And that is why so many arranged marriages happen. Like even when I went home this summer, I see people who are like relying on their family to set them up with a girl or something, and when they can't really go and talk to women because they have never, done it themselves. But like these are things that I notice when I move from like places to places, and I don't know, it's so interesting to just be observer, or like a critique to my own system sometimes.